A lot of men worry, what actually happens to your body if you go months or even years without sex or ejaculation? In other words, is long-term sexual inactivity harmless, helpful, or harmful? The honest, evidence-based answer is, it depends. Some changes are purely lifestyle and mental health related. Some are tied to normal aging, and some are linked to how often your body processes certain fluids. Ignoring these details can quietly affect your mood, energy, and even how comfortable you feel in your body over time. But the good news is, most of the effects can be managed or reversed with smart, realistic steps, no extreme treatments needed. In this video, you'll learn what changes when sex or ejaculation is absent for a long time, why certain factors matter more than others, and what practical steps you can take to stay healthy and confident. Hi, I'm Specialist Renee Valek, urologist and senior health educator. I help men understand what's happening inside their bodies as they age and how small choices influence long-term health, especially urologic wellness, energy, and confidence. If you've been sexually inactive for a while, or you simply want to know what the science says, this is for you. You're not alone. Many men feel unsure about whether a long break is harmful, neutral, or perhaps even beneficial. Today, we'll separate facts from myths, look at real research, and give you practical guidance you can use right away. What actually changes when sex or ejaculation is absent for a long time? The physical side. Prostate and fluid turnover. The prostate is a small gland that contributes fluid to semen. Normal fluid flow and turnover is part of how the gland operates. Several long-term studies have explored whether ejaculation frequency relates to prostate cancer risk. A highly cited U.S. study followed men for many years and found that those reporting higher ejaculation frequency had a lower chance of being diagnosed with prostate cancer later on. Another trusted source summarizing the evidence describes that men with greater frequency had lower risk compared with those with lower frequency, and that findings held even after adjusting for other lifestyle factors. What this means for long sexual inactivity. If ejaculation is rare or absent for many years, you're not guaranteed anything, but you may be missing one factor that in some studies was associated with reduced risk. Importantly, this research shows association, not absolute proof. It suggests a possible protective link, but it does not prove that more frequent ejaculation prevents disease in every case. Circulation and general physical health. Long periods of sexual inactivity often coincide with other lifestyle changes, less movement, more sedentary time, stress, or poor sleep. Poor circulation, low physical activity, and high stress don't come from sexual inactivity itself, but they often go hand in hand with it. Over time, these can affect heart health, mood, and energy. Hormonal and nervous system factors. Hormones like testosterone decline gradually with age, regardless of sexual activity. Sexual activity or masturbation doesn't reset hormones to youthful levels, but it is one part of a broader set of behaviors that support overall well-being. Long-term abstinence alone doesn't cause a hormonal catastrophe, but if combined with unhealthy lifestyle habits, it can make you feel less energetic, less confident, or more stressed than you otherwise might. The mental and emotional side, what many men underestimate. Mental health and mood. Going long periods without sex can be voluntary or involuntary. When it's voluntary and not stressful, some men may not notice major mood changes. When it's involuntary, for example due to lack of partner, medical issues, or social isolation, men can feel frustration, decreased confidence, or loneliness. Studies discussing abstinence and well-being show mixed findings. Some suggest potential positive outcomes, like increased self-control or discipline, while others note possible worsening of mood or anxiety depending on context. A recent review of emerging research highlights how effects can vary widely based on the individual's mindset and social situation. Relationship and intimacy impacts. If you're in a relationship, long sexual inactivity may produce emotional distance, misunderstandings, or feelings of insecurity for either partner. Communication matters more than frequency alone. The emotional connection is a strong driver of overall satisfaction and mental health, sometimes even more than the physical act itself. Stress, anxiety, and self-image. If a man worries about his attractiveness, performance, or even his masculinity during long spells of inactivity, stress and anxiety can rise. This stress can lead to sleep disruptions, poor appetite, or lower motivation, creating a feedback loop where inactivity increases stress, which reduces the desire or energy to reconnect. A typical scenario. Let's imagine Samuel, a 55-year-old man. He has been sexually inactive for nearly a year after a divorce and a period of long work hours. He eats somewhat poorly, sleeps less than 6 hours most nights, and rarely exercises. What he noticed: fatigue by midday, even on non-working days, occasional low mood and irritability around family, mild weight gain, and lower interest in hobbies he once enjoyed. What he did next: he didn't rush to jump into aggressive treatments or unrealistic routines. He focused on improving sleep first, then added short daily walks and scheduled weekly social time to reduce isolation. Over a few months, he reported improved energy, clearer mood, and more confidence, even though he remained sexually inactive for some time. Lesson from Samuel: not having sex long-term isn't automatically catastrophic, but if it coincides with poor sleep, low activity, and rising stress, it can create a gradual decline in feeling well. What to do if you're inactive for long periods? Here are clear, non-extreme steps you can start today to protect your body and mind, regardless of your sexual activity level. Strengthen circulation and energy. Walk 20 to 30 minutes daily, ideally outside. Add light resistance exercises twice or thrice weekly, bodyweight or simple bands. Break up long sitting periods with short standing or stretching breaks. Circulation supports brain function, mood, and general stamina. It also improves recovery from stress. Improve sleep first. Aim for 7 to 8 hours. Establish a fixed bedtime and wake time. Reduce screens at least 1 hour before bed. Keep the room dark and cool. Sleep regulates stress hormones, supports mood, and maintains mental clarity. Without good sleep, long periods of inactivity feel much worse. Hydrate and manage diet. Drink water steadily during the day. Include more vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats. Reduce processed foods and sugary drinks. It reduces inflammation, supports circulation, and stabilizes mood and energy. Manage stress and connection. Use simple tools: breathing exercises, journaling, short meditations, or talking to a friend. Join a casual club or group, or engage in community activities. It reduces cortisol, boosts sense of belonging, and makes your whole body respond better to any activity. If and when you're comfortable, consider gradual return to sexual activity. If you choose, slowly reintegrate sexual activity when you feel ready and safe for you, prioritizing comfort and communication. There is no fixed number you must reach. Focus on doing what feels natural and manageable. It can add to fluid turnover, emotional connection, and personal satisfaction, but it's supplementary to the lifestyle steps above, not a sole requirement. Checkups with a clinician. Regular health screens, especially after 50 or earlier if you have risk factors. Discuss any urinary changes, pain, or sudden fatigue promptly. Early detection and guidance can prevent problems or catch them when they're easier to treat. Here are the common mistakes and when to seek help. Balance is key. Avoid extremes in abstinence or overemphasis on a strict sexual quota. Routines should support your overall life, not dominate it. Mindset matters. Use your own goals, energy, mood, relationships, rather than outside pressure or myths. Focus on total wellness. Even if sexual activity is absent, your body still benefits from movement, sleep, hydration, and emotional support. Common mistakes: ignoring sleep or stress, thinking they're unrelated to sexual activity, overdoing intense workouts, or sudden changes that you can't sustain. Waiting too long to talk to a clinician if you experience pain, sudden urinary issues, or profound mood decline. When to seek help. Persistent low mood, anxiety, or social withdrawal lasting months. Significant changes in urinary patterns or pain. Sudden weight loss or gain, or unexplained fatigue that persists despite lifestyle changes. It's never too late to improve your well-being. Even after long sexual inactivity, practical, consistent steps can restore energy, mood, and confidence. Your body has remarkable capacity to adapt. With the right support, you can feel stronger and more balanced than you might expect. Here's the simple, science-grounded takeaway. Long periods without sex or ejaculation don't doom your health, but they often coincide with or amplify other lifestyle factors that do affect your mood, energy, and long-term comfort. Normal aging and personal circumstances play a huge role. The good news is that the most useful changes are small and practical. Sleep better, move more, hydrate, eat smarter, reduce stress, and seek medical guidance when needed. You can start improving your body and mind today with one intentional step: a walk after dinner, a regular bedtime, or a short check-in with a friend. Those small steps add up. If you ever decide to resume sexual activity, do it when it feels right and safe for you, not because of pressure or myths. Your health is about balance, respect for your body, and consistent, sustainable habits. If this video brought clarity, like and share it with a man who might be wondering the same thing. Comment one small habit you're going to start this week to feel stronger or calmer. I read comments and will help where I can.